All right, so this guy's been parked next to me for a couple days. We're in Rockaway Beach, Oregon, and we're about to go tell his story. It's a good story, I think. Hey, how's it going? I told you I'd come by and interview you.
Yep. So this is a lagoon table that can spin around different directions. It can come up and down.
Let's turn the music up real quick and then we'll get into it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So I'm going to put a swivel in this chair. I've got it. I just have to do it yet. Then 2 people can eat off this table because it'll go between them.
Okay, that's what the lagoon part was?
Yeah. Yeah, it spins around so you can... I can use it. I can raise it up for added counter space.
So that's what we got going on in here.
And so we got a sink. We got water. I got a 20-gallon tank. I've got a refrigerator that's underneath the bed.
Let's see what that is.
I need to replace the drawer slides. They've come open on me, and so they don't lock in place, so I have a piece of wood to hold it there.
Okay.
It's not big enough refrigerator. I can put 3 weeks worth of food in there, so I can be out in the woods, away from people for quite a while.
That's good. And you were telling me that runs all the time because you have some special energy in here, right?
Sure. So I've got solar. I've got 320 watts. I got 2 160-watt panels for 320. I've got 2 lithium batteries where my solar is, and might as well show you that too. So I can get to my access for kill switches, my DC to DC charger. There's kill switches in here, fuses, and also the bathroom, the bucket.
Of course, yeah.
I usually use the outdoors.
Vanlife.
Bathrooms, we got some across the street.
Yeah.
And so then I have a diesel heater. This diesel heaters, these never turn off. So I cut the red wire, the power wire, and just put a switch in so I can not have extra energy.
So you're a handyman as well. You know what you're doing.
I'm into electronics. I've worked in the electronic field for 46 years in the same company.
Okay.
So I've got lots of DC charging stations. I've got 6 here. I've got four spots I can charge here and 4 here. So I'm charging power banks all the time for everything. I use laptops, LEDs, all kinds of stuff. So, like, this one's not on. Let's see what's going on. There we go.
That just went on right there.
And also, I make my own LED displays.
Okay. Nice, I like it.
So,
do you have a company name for that, or?
No, I just sold 70. I'm not really pushing it. I gave the business to a sugar baby of mine. If she wants to pursue talking with the NFL, then she can make $1 million off it. I don't want to do the work.
I got you.
But I've sold 70 without trying to sell them.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the hat has got an Arduino Uno IC in it, so that's how I program it. It's got a recharge port. It's got a lithium battery, and it's got wires, so it's rechargeable, and with an on-off switch.
I think you just killed their business.
Well, I think the NFL would buy it because it's very unique, because these are surface mount, very tiny LEDs.
Yeah.
And I found a way to make it work.
That's cool.
Got music in here. The access is incredible for $60. It's got a big battery in it, 6-inch woofer. It's incredible.
Okay.
So I got some LEDs around. If you're looking for LED like fairy lights, look for dream colors, because you're going to get 1 million different colors and hues with those, and they do special things. Any other fairy light may be just a single color that flashes around. So,
okay.
Depending on what you want. So.
And you said something about the bed, the height.
The height of the bed is 40 inches. That gives me storage. I got a big refrigerator and a tool drawer on a 200-pound drawer slide.
Oh wow.
And it's cleaned out. It's normally full. I've been working on stuff today. And so...
That's how I saw him, by the way. And when my battery ran out, I'm like, oh, well, I know who to contact.
I'm glad I was here. We got jumper cables so we can get you back. So, I've got... The bed is 40 inches up, and it's very basic. I've got 2x4 with slats screwed in. We can see that from the back side. And then I've got 2 kitchen cabinets. I've got 2 clothes cabinets. I've got fishing pole rod locker and extra miscellaneous stuff.
Tell us about that life real quick.
What's that?
The fishing poles, what are they for?
So
where were you?
I was a bass fishing guide for 10 years. Last year I caught 2,400 fish.
Wow.
My biggest largemouth, 9 pounds. My biggest smallmouth, 6.5. My biggest crappie, 3 pounds. My best trout day is 2 8-pound trout in one day. Week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I went to O'Lalley Lake in Washington. It's east of Salem, up in the Cascades. I caught 66 trout in one day. 1/3 of those fish were over 12 to 14 inches.
Nice. What was that lake called?
O'Lalley Lake.
O'Lalley.
It's beautiful. Yeah, you have to right now. They just opened from Detroit Reservoir, so that road's open now, from what I hear.
Okay.
And so so I've got solar. So I've got my solar controls here, and then I got my heater. The heater comes down. I have the heater underneath on the floor, and then I have a separation where I have tools on top of that. So I've full storage across the whole thing.
Yeah. And your poles go lengthwise, right?
In the cabin all the way over the bed, because some of these don't break down.
Right.
And so I've got 8 fishing poles in there. Fly rods, stout, really for big bass rods, and crappie, trout, all kinds of fishing poles. So let's take a look at the garage where all my storage is. Oh, also, let me mention the cedar roof. The cedar is really light, so it helps keep the weight down. I'm 2,000 pounds below maximum capacity. I get about 20 miles per gallon. I have techniques that help me by, when I go downhill, I increase my speed with the cruise control.
Right.
And then as I start going uphill, I slow it down so it doesn't pop up another shift down. And burn a bunch of gas. So I just roll up the hill, and it burns a lot less gas.
That's a great tip for everybody out there, actually, because I'm currently only getting about 13 miles per gallon in my rig,
and so that'll help.
And so I will take that.
And so if you can live in your van, you can also travel in the middle of the night when there's no traffic, and the time through town is a lot faster, and you can serve more fuel that way too.
Right. And then you wanted to show something else?
Yeah, we're going to look at the garage and storage. My boat, my mountain bike, I got everything cramped in here. I took everything with me. So I got a gun for target practice. I've got behind here there's a safe so I can carry a handgun, and I've got another safe that'll carry the magazines. Okay. And so I can go through California safely. I got an extra tank if I go through Nevada. The gas stations are far apart, or if I'm in an area that I can switch over and I can fill up my diesel heater tank. So when I fill it outside the tank. So if it spills, it's not spilling in the.
So you've got everything planned out. You know state by state, yeah.
And so the bed is a very basic design. It's just 2x4 with slats. I got everything hanging from there. So I've got the tank. I can refill my tires. I can air down. I got the mountain bike with the front tire off. It's mounted on a bracket. I've got 2 totes, some winter coats, and some miscellaneous, some briquettes. I got my chair, my pontoon boat parts. My pontoon boat goes in this black tote back here. This is the seat for it. I've got a collapsible ladder. This is my solar. That's a 2,000 watt inverter, 2 lithium batteries. I got a DC to DC charger, so if I drive for 30 minutes, the batteries go from low to fully charged. Then the doors are all fully insulated. There's a foam board that I've stuffed everywhere. This is very well insulated. 3 inches of foam board insulation in the ceiling and the floor, and you can really see it here. It's 3 inches. And so what I did is I made like a checkerboard pattern with the 2x2s, and I just slipped the insulation between the squares, so it's easy to do. So
this is awesome,
man. I have a big old blue tote with camping gear. And
so the blue tote has camping gear?
Yeah, it has, lanterns, whatever, everything you need.
Yep.
I also have in here a tire patch kit and a breaker bar, because me trying to change this tire, these bolts, the lug nuts could be on there very tight, so I'm never going to have any problem taking the lug nuts off by myself out in the middle of the woods.
That's good.
The windows have insulation. They're mirror coated, so I can see out in the day and at night, and you can't tell that thing is half down.
Hey, that's me, Healthy by Heath.
And so all the stickers on the van, I bought the stickers on Amazon, and then I put them on magnetic sheeting and cut them out with an X-Acto knife. And so also if I go someplace, I'll pick up some stickers for it, and they'll put them on magnetic so I can take them off when I wash. I can move them around if I want. Some of the people I follow on YouTube, and I'm going to have another one now. And so I got recovery tracks on the top.
Wait, do that again. Where was that?
So the recovery tracks are on the top. So if I get stuck, I got a tow strap inside, and I got recovery tracks so I can get myself out. It takes some time, but without that, it could be a long wait.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, it's beautiful, man. Everything you've done is just gorgeous. I mean, honestly. And then you have a sense of humor, too. What's on the side here? I see Sasquatch. I see some bears and deer.
I had to throw a little arrow towards the deer. It's just for...
Oh, I see that now. I didn't see that before. Right here.
Just a little humor. It's not like I kill a deer or anything.
Well, if you have to eat, you have to eat.
Hey, if it comes down to that, it's the deer, not me.
Yeah, exactly. But this is what I'm talking about. This Joe's Plumbing. I'll check your plumbing. 1-800 hot stud. Plumber's crack optional. That's extra. That's extra, folks.
This is my urban sign.
Yeah.
And so when I park in town, I can take all the other stickers off, and nobody will bother me. They think, oh, there's just a plumber in there. Who wants to rob a plumber? They got a few tools, but nothing.
Yeah, because nobody actually reads the signs. They just see plumbing, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and they don't really look at it. It's a hilarious joke. I mean,
it
no
is funny.
plumber will ever give you the option for plumber's crack. And don't call this number. It is not a nice number to call.
It comes with every service, I think, the plumber's crack. It's always thrown in.
Yeah, we'll be glad to check out your plumbing.
So you seem very versed in videos and YouTube and all that. Do you want to tell people what your YouTube channel was or is?
So my YouTube channel, it's not very active, but it was very active in the day. I made 20 videos, and they got a total of 20 videos got 1 million hits. I put a few small videos out. I was a fishing guide, so it was a lot of very good information about fishing. I may restart the channel once I go to Alaska and hit some other major locations like Yellowstone, and I'll start making. I've made some content. I'm in the can. I'm going to build up reserves, so if something happens, I can continue to put out every week.
Okay.
And so I've been on the road for 19 months. I've been in Oregon, California. I spend the winters in Arizona, quartzsite. I've been to Utah. I've been to Washington State quite a bit. I just got back from a trip to Mount Baker, which is up by the Canadian border, and I hit the Northern Cascades National Park, and then I hit the east side of the Cascades back down to Oregon. I hit all of Oregon coast and all the Oregon Cascades, and I plan to go to Alaska next year or the year after that, and I'm planning to travel total between 5 to 7 years.
Okay. And then in your travels, what are you looking to do?
I'm looking for adventure. I'm living my best life, and so whatever I want to do. Last year I caught 2,400 fish, so I love to fish, and so I'm able to stay someplace for extended time as long as the fishing is good. And so I do whatever I need to do. It's freedom. It really is freedom.
Yeah. Your next adventure, you said you might be leaving tonight. Where are you going?
Yeah, so I've got to go back into town to pick up some Amazon packages and some mail, and then I'll be traveling within the week or so to hit 4 or 5 different national parks. Olympic National Park, Glacier National Park, Yellowstone National Park, Teton. I want to hit Wind River, which is a really cool area, a lot of cool lakes. There's a lot of places. I have a database that I worked on for 3 years for spots of interest and camping. That if you go to Google Earth and you look at an area, you can zoom in and you can see trailers. And you switch the year. If the trailer's gone and there's another trailer in the same area, that is a BLM area. And you can check it with other apps if that's BLM. But I've checked them; they all are. And so I found my own spots that may or may not be on all these websites to tell you where to go. And so when I go to a lake and I want to see a lake, I'll change the year because the lake will be up and down. So for bass fishing, it'll show me structure, creek channels, all kinds of things. So by doing a little bit of work before you go there, you can catch fish by looking at Google Earth.
Okay, so tell me about the internet in your truck.
So I have a Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone, and so I connect my computers to that. I have one laptop that's set for Netflix movies, so it's stuffed full, and so I can watch Netflix movies offline.
Yeah.
So if I'm out of cell range, I can do that. I have some games, pool, and some other minor little games that I played on a windy, rainy day. That doesn't stop me. I've got rain gear, but if I want to stay in for the day,
you can stay in for the day.
Yeah.
Watch movies, whatever. Yeah. I love it. So you are just living your best life. You're retired.
Yep.
Retired from?
Tektronix in Beaverton. I was working for that company and subsidiaries for 46 years.
Okay.
In a row.
And then what made you want to do a YouTube channel with fish?
Well, I was a fishing guide for 10 years, and I worked very hard to become the best I could be, and I learned some things that could be very helpful for people. I'll give you a basic thing. If you got a lake and it's got a lot of lily pads, those fish will be in the lily pads during the day, but early in the morning, at night, they'll move out of the pads onto ambush points like rock points or anything where they can conceal themselves, where bait fish will move by and they're just right there and they'll dart out behind a rock and be able to eat. So it's easy food. They don't have to chase the prey down.
Right. You just got to know what they're doing.
So if you fish structure close to lily pads early in the morning, it's going to be loaded with quite a few fish.
Right.
And then in the day, they'll move out. With boat traffic and sun, they'll move back into the pads.
And do you know how to find them when they're moving out?
Sure. Okay, so if you've never been to a lake before, I have some lures. And if you contact me on my channel, X Bass Guide, EXBASSGUIDE, X Bass Guide. And I will tell you what lures I use that are the most productive lures. Now, they don't catch the biggest fish, but if you want to find out what the fish are doing at the lake quickly, you're going to get 10 times the bites with any of their bait. And so you're going to get a lot of information. Then you pick up bigger baits and you figure out where the bigger fish are. But you can get 10 bites in the first hour easy, and you'll know positioning, what they're doing, what side of the wind, whatever, positioning, what color they like. You can find all this out very fast, and then you can move to the high quality baits. Spinnerbaits catch big fish, jigs catch big fish, and you can target big fish, but now you'll know where the concentrations of fish are. And it's a numbers game. The more fish you catch, the better odds you find in a big one.
Here's the big question I've always wanted to ask a fisherman. Do you feel it or do you think it?
Feel the bite?
No. Where to find them? Do you feel it or do you think it?
It's knowledge.
Knowledge.
It's history. It's knowing the seasonal patterns, knowing the weather conditions. If you fished a lake long enough, you're going to know, well, every year I do good in this bay on the northwest corner, or the middle of June when the females are now back in good shape and they want to feed, and that's a pattern a lot of people know. Middle of May is a great time to go fishing for bass because the females are on the feed and you can catch a bunch of big fish.
Okay. Asked and answered.
Yeah, so anybody has any questions, I'd be glad to answer anything.
So is there, you already gave us one channel, is there another channel?
There's no other channels that I have public.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate it. What was your name, by the way?
Oh, my name is Roger Luce. I'm 71 years old, and I've been on the road for 19 months, and I'm going to enjoy myself as much as I can.
Roger Lewis?
Luce, L-U-C-E.
Oh, Luce, Roger Luce.
Yeah.
Very loose with your information tonight.
Yes.
Sorry, corny joke, folks. Corny joke. Well, it was great meeting you.
Yes, pleasure.
And you saved me today, so I appreciate it. I will always be in your debt. If you break down in Alaska, you can call me and I'll show up. But call somebody else first because I'm nowhere near it.
Well, I have all the safety gear that I could possibly need.
Yeah.
And so I'm fairly well prepared, but you never know.
No, I love meeting good dudes like you, so I appreciate it. You're a good man.
You're a good dude also.
I appreciate that.
Same
Thanks.
place. A bird attack.
The bird just pooped right there.
Wow. He dove down above your head.
He did.
About a foot.
He was aiming for me.
Scared the shit out of him.
Is the CIA looking for you or something? Like,
they could be.
That could have been a bomb. I mean, for all we know.
Only one looking for me is my sugar babies. I'm hiding.
I love it. That's awesome. You're a good man. I look forward to getting to know you more over the years. We'll stay in touch, okay?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers.